wanted like 3 comments that are like are really good things to remember, like affecting San Antonio. When we had the FCC hearing back in 2004, T.C. Calvert got up there and he talked about how when we had the floods that were flooding out people from their homes, he tried to call the radio stations, and the radio stations, you know, he couldn't get through to anybody locally. So if the radios are there to protect us and it's the airwaves are there for emergency purposes, there's an example of an emergency where we couldn't get through. And that story is actually like a story that I hear all over the country when I go and talk to other people. You know, there's even people we were talking about that same instance of so many times people have tried to get through to the radio station to get the word out and they couldn't. So it's not just something that affects us here, but it did affect the east side very badly. Another thing is like how big media hurts local communities is that, you know, one of our legends of San Antonio, Ram, who passed away by being murdered, he was somebody who owned this club, who let any musician or anybody come in through that door to play, and when he put some music on the jukebox of this nosedive bar where the community hung out, ASCAP was knocking on his door to say that you couldn't do that, you couldn't put this jukebox in your bar, and wanted him to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for this itty-bitty little bar. So he retaliated by putting that jukebox full of local music, and he never let anything licensed by ASCAP back into that jukebox ever again. Another example of how the community will, like, you know, take it upon themselves for justice. So RAM put local music on there. TC has gone on to testify about that hearing. And then you also have these people here who are like a year later still fighting between the city and Time Warner with something that is like their rights of way. They have the rights of way to communicate to their communities their opinions and their voices of how they want to produce media. And another example is, like, as reporters, since we have journalists here, is that in Dallas, where they are seeing this also speed up really quickly, people are being laid off left and right. And I think that that's really, really important because, you know, you too, as media professionals, you know, have rights of way in your own industry to have just as equal opportunity to participate in this process.